Hello, it's Diva. It's been like 4 months since I posted, y'all. It hasn't been 4 months since I did my makeup. I've been doing my makeup. I haven't been posting. So I'm gonna do something simple today. Nothing too much. Just a simple beat. That's what we're gonna do. Let's get right into it. So I started with my moisturizer. Why am I shaking it so fast? I have anxiety, God. I put on my moisturizer. This stuff is so good. Like, it's so lightweight. It say overnight, but I use it every day. Yes. I'm going to go in with my Nika K eyebrow pencil. Make sure it's sharp. Make sure your eyebrows are done, plucked, shaved, whatever you choose to do. So after I did that, I'm going to go in with this Thick It Stick It by NYX. This stuff got crack in it, okay, I'm telling you right now. And I'm just gonna brush my hairs. I like to start from the end and make my way to the front. Then I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline concealer and brush, and I'm gonna clean up these brows. I already did that eye, so let's go do this one. I like to start in the middle. Make sure it's focused. Do my wing first. Shouldn't take too long. And then I do the front. So I just set the eye with concealer and I'm just blending everything. Then I'm gonna take my Maybelline pressed powder with the fluff thing. And I'm gonna set my eye. So I'm just brushing away all the loose powder right now. Like I said, I'm not doing any eyeshadow. I just want my nose contour to go into my eyelid. So that's pretty much all that I'm putting on my eyelid today. This is the primer that I use every day, y'all. Then I'm going to go on my Maybelline Fit Me foundation. And I'm just going to put that all over. The only place I didn't put my foundation was under my eye, because that's where my concealer will be going. I use two different sprays. I use e.l.f. Stay All Night for my foundation to set it. I just spray it on my brush and I go in. Then the same concealer I put under my eye, I'm going to put the same concealer I put under my, why I can't talk? The same concealer I put on my eyelid, I'm going to put under my eye. Yes, that's what I meant to say. Oh my God. Y'all didn't hear that. So this is the placement where I put my concealer. I do not put any on my forehead because my forehead is small already. There's no need to make it defined or whatever, so I just don't do it. After you let that dry a little bit, like let it sit, I'm gonna start right here at the bottom. We'll work my way up. And I'm gonna do light taps. The lighter that you tap, the better it's gonna come out. Now I'm just gonna show y'all the other side real quick. Then I do the nose. Boom. And then under the eye. Boom. Drag this out though. I like a sharp look. Before I go in with my pressed powder, I'm gonna make sure that the creases aren't creased, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna look down and I'm gonna tap. Then I'm gonna go in with my pressed powder and press. And brush off the excess powder. And then we're gonna go in with loose powder after this. I use the Maybelline, of course, Fit Me Loose Powder. Then I'm gonna take another puffy thing. I have a separate one for my loose powder and a separate one for my pressed powder, and I'm just gonna go in and start pressing. Then we're gonna brush off that excess powder. So before I do my face contour, I'm gonna do my nose contour. I have a Fit Me pressed powder that's darker. I have a light and dark. This is for my contour. I'm gonna take a Real Techniques brush first, and I'm gonna do this part and define it. I'm not gonna bring it all the way down because I have another brush for that. So now that's done, I have another brush that I'm gonna use. If I can find it real quick, here we go. Then I'm gonna just do this part. Now we're gonna actually contour our face. I'm gonna go in with the same pressed powder. And I'm gonna go right here where I feel my cheekbone and bring it forward to where the end of my eye is, basically. Of course, we gotta do my forehead. Be careful with the baby hairs. I don't really care. I just be going in, y'all. Gotta make sure it's blended. Is that good? That's good. I also like the contour down here because I feel like I got neck fat. We don't need that. Now, this broke, but this is the Superstay 24-hour Maybelline. I use everything Maybelline, I'm telling you. It's best to stick with one product because the primers, the powders, and all of that, it just melts together, y'all. But I'm going to go in with that and put that down here. Next is blush. It really don't matter what product you use for this. I got a cheap palette from the hair store. As you can see, it was $6. Then I get some on my brush and I start at the back because, I don't know, that's just something that I do. And I work my way to the front. Blush is on. I'm going to go ahead and do my wing eyeliner. I forgot to do it on camera. I went in with my all-nighter makeup spray about 2 times. Going with my highlighter. It's Wet n Wild. You can get this from Walmart. And then I go in with this palette I got from the hair store. And I go in with the shimmeriest color. And I put it right here in the inner corner of my eye. And then, of course, let's put on some lashes. Lashes are on. I decided I want to do some bottom mascara to just bring out my lashes. Nothing too much. Just like that. My favorite part is my lips. Like, let's get these things covered right now. So I have a brown lip pencil. This is cheap. I got this from, I think, Family Dollar. Then I'm gonna go in with my NYX butter gloss. Butter soft girl, I don't fucking know what it's called. It's faded. But I'm gonna go in with that. Then I'm gonna go in with my wrong one. Butter gloss, then clear.